Hi, everybody. Welcome to the No Name Podcast. This is Idris speaking here, and then we also have Trey and Alex. And what we're going to do, we're going to have topics that we wanted to bring to the discussion table. We're going to discuss it. First, before go into the topics, how are you doing today, Trey?
I'm doing great. I'm ready to. Uh, I'm ready for this main topic because I have some friends, Alex, that just doesn't give people their credit. So I'm ready.
Okay. Okay. We'll get into that probably very first. Before we do, how you doing, Alex?
I'm also doing good. Uh, I'm not even sure a person who will be named later is even worth being the main topic.
No, that's not even like beat around the bush. So, what's the topic you wanted to talk about, Trey?
so just a little background about what I wanted to talk about this. I was on YouTube scrolling, and I don't know if y'all noticed, but they started doing like polls on YouTube now, and so
Mm-hmm.
I came across this poll, and it was like, who do you guys think is like the greatest of all time, like one of the greatest rappers of all time? And you had
Mm-hmm.
like Kendrick, Jay Z, Biggie, Tupac, those kind of people, and then it had other,
Mm-hmm.
and other put in the comments, and in the comments, honestly, a lot of them were saying like Eminem, but I mean, I don't think that's, I wouldn't, you know. Anyway,
Yeah.
anyway, I was like, why does nobody mention J. Cole? And so I just wanted to talk about that. I personally think he should at least be mentioned. Um,
Mm-hmm.
I I love J. Cole, but I wouldn't say he's
Mm-hmm.
like definitive, like greatest of all time. But he's in the race. So I don't know. I had it, and then I asked Alex, and then I asked him when the first time I asked him, he was just like, no. so, so why are you saying no, Alex? Huh?
all right, wait. Okay, first. Okay, so in the race, what is in the race? How many people do you think are in the race?
So,
Is that like top 5? Is that top
That's the
10?
first thing I was thinking of.
so when I say in the race, I'm thinking like this generation, like right now, like currently rapping in the rap game, like.
Sure, but like how many people is that?
Well, I mean, just how many people you think are goats?
I'd say in the race is like you could say 5, top
Okay,
5.
let's do top five then. Like currently
Yeah.
rapping though, or we could do both. Currently rapping
There's like
and
the only person who's
No.
not current. The only person who's not currently rapping that people talk about goat status is Tupac and Biggie.
Yeah.
Everybody else is still alive and makes music occasionally.
well, I mean Jay Z ain't rapping like he used to.
Yeah, but he's got features and
Yeah, he pops up every now and again. He drops it out on the album just randomly when you least expect it when he cheats and stuff like that. But that's beside the point. Um, so Alex, for your top five, who would you put as your top five that's currently rapping at this time?
Kendrick, Kanye, uh, Biggie, and then yeah, Nas, and then Jay Z. And I could flip on Jay Z or Nas in fourth.
Hmm.
And I remember you were saying you think they're top five because they're the most influential.
Well, no, that was a factor. But when you talk about goat, there's like so many things you have to consider. There's
Yeah.
so many factors to that.
Well, when I think about goat, I'm thinking. So when I think about like a rap goat, I'm thinking about like
Hmm.
somebody whose skills are just like undeniable, somebody who's made classic albums, and somebody who's just always one ups. Every time they come out, like 2014 Forest Hills Drive was probably like his best album, and like he still like came back with another good album. You know what I mean?
True,
I understand your point, but
true.
the thing is, you know how you said for 2014 he had a classic, and then there's the next album I believe was like For Your Eyes Only. he released a good album. Most of the goats on the list, they don't really have, they don't go from classic to good albums. They usually have like a span where they just have straight up heat that they're releasing like back to back to back. Like Kendrick, for example. Kendrick released Good Kid, Mad City into Pimp a Butterfly. Both of those albums are like undeniable classics.
I mean, true, but I
I
wouldn't.
only think J.
You only think what?
I only think J. Cole has. I only think J. Cole has one classic album.
What 2014?
I think he has one. Yeah,
I
2014.
think he has
I mean
three.
that alone, one is not a lot.
I think Born Center, uh, 2014, Four Eyes Only, and the most recent one, Off Season.
Okay, okay. So this is even a bigger question before we even get into the top five. What do you consider a classic album?
Just the album that just it just hits. Like I don't know how to explain it. It just it just hits, bro. Like I don't know. Like I couldn't tell you. Like for like J Cole's first like studio album, like it was good,
Mhm.
but it wasn't classic. Same thing with like Kendrick. Like everybody says like Kendrick dropped like all his albums were classic, but like you guys probably couldn't name me like 5 songs off of Section 80.
There's uh I can't, but I
Not
know
not off the
yeah.
top of my head, just because I haven't
No.
listened to it in a
But
while.
I love Section 80. Like every single song
I
on it,
wouldn't call it a classic
banger.
though. I wouldn't say every single
I,
song
I,
banger either.
I wouldn't call it a classic
yeah,
because classic is you said it just hits. Classic is not just good songs.
yeah.
To be considered a classic, I think it also has to be influential. And it's literally all the things that make up the GOAT, but on one album. It's got to be influential. Honestly, I think it has to be somewhat popular. Like, sure, there could be some rapper none of us know about that
Hmm.
literally has just a catalog across decades of just the best music you have ever heard of.
Right.
But that's not the GOAT because no one's heard of him.
Right.
So
Hmm.
to some extent, popularity matters. So I wouldn't consider Section 80 a classic because it wasn't that popular. Obviously, I mean it's Kendrick, it's popular, but like
No, I
Yeah.
agree. I agree. There's definitely like you definitely need some popularity with it. I don't know.
The main thing I can add to like the classic debate, yet you're right, Alex, that it does have to be popular at the time. But the main thing for me for a classic album, and what I think people fail to understand with a classic album, it has to age like fine wine. Like Good Kid, Mad City, it released in 2012. We can still think of at least 5 songs off of that album that we will still bump to at least on today.
Money Trees it's still like one of the it's still in like the top 200 right now of like albums
Exactly.
right now. Like it's like has a record or something for
Mm.
like popularity.
No, I
and
agree.
and that's where it goes like Good Kid, Mad City, it has the time to go with it that shows, oh, this album is popular. Pimp a Butterfly, I can see the debate where people can say it's not a classic album. It's critically acclaimed, yes. It has a lot of topics on the album where everybody understands that those topics were needed to be speaked about. And it was just wonderfully spoken upon, yes. And it was constructed very well. But if I don't know about for you all, but for me, I remember when Pimp a Butterfly, the very first single off of that album, I was dropped. At least from where I was, nobody was bumping I. They was thinking, oh, they're gonna get like a continuation of Good Kid, Mad City. What is this that he's dropping? It don't fit what he's what was but it wasn't fitting with what he was saying before.
Right.
But then after they heard the actual album, that was like, oh, I understand now. I fits in with the narrative of Pimp a Butterfly. So that's where it's like
You know, it's funny
I
you
can
say
understand
that
why.
because I was just
Mhm.
thinking about that with his new album too. But like it's grown on me. But like when I first listened to it, I'm not gonna lie, I was like, it's all right. But like the more I listen to it, the more like it starts to like I don't know. It just starts to like you start hearing it more, and like you starting to hear the
Mhm.
lyrics and more of the
Mhm.
production, and it's pretty fire.
I loved it the first time I ever heard it. I loved
Which
it.
one,
I still
Mr.
love
Morale?
it. Yeah.
Miss that was it's a wonderful
It's
ass
not
album.
as good as others, but I still love it.
I think it's even better than this others. Like, I don't know.
Okay.
I for sure believe that is better than Damn. In
I would
my opinion, I think Damn is the worst album Kendrick released.
Uh
Out of
on
his
top
out of his
I
major ones after
most
Section
people
80.
don't agree. I really like Damn. I
no, I
listen to
like
it all
them
the
too.
time.
I mean, that I didn't. I'm not. It's not. I'm not saying like Damn is bad.
Right, right. Nobody said
Damn
that.
is damn good, but compared to Section 80, Good Kid, Mad City, Pimp a Butterfly, Damn, and Mr. Morale. You have those five. I don't count Untitled, that album, because that was basically demos he put onto an album.
Wait, you said
You're
you
right.
But
said Section 80, Good Kid, Mad
Section
City.
80, Good Kid, Mad City, Pimp a Butterfly, Damn, and Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers.
Okay, out of those five, which one are you dropping? You can only listen to four for the rest of your life. Which one are you dropping?
Because I like because I like cohesiveness in an I can't even say that because damn is cohesive as shit. Um
If I had to pick one to drop out of those five, Section 80.
I would drop Mr. Morale, but just because I'm nostalgic for the others.
okay, I
Mr.
understand that.
Mr. Morale just came out, so like I don't know the songs that well. Whereas like also we didn't even include Black Panther, which is an album.
I
Was
don't consider that I don't consider that Kendrick's
yeah, I don't
album.
consider that
I
Kendrick's.
consider that a top dog album.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Fair enough.
I consider that on the same like wavelength as Cruel Summer by Good Music.
Yeah.
Also, well, who's your top five, Wale?
Ooh, top 5.
Or just they don't have to be in like any particular order, but just five artists you think that
Yeah.
just
Top 5. I know my number 1 for right now would be Kanye, but the ones after that would be Nas, Jay-Z, maybe kind of controversial. I would say Busta Rhymes, and
Whoa.
then oh, hold on, I'll explain why I say Busta Rhymes. I'll explain why I said Busta Rhymes, and then the last person. I can't even really think of the last person off the top of my head. I know I'm forgetting somebody. Mm. Okay,
Actually,
before
I
let me before I
I
even talk about that. Wait, what was you gonna say before I explain why
I
Busta
like Buster Rhymes. He's not
Rhymes?
top five, but I really like
I like
him.
him too. I'm surprised.
Just once I start listening to him a little too much, then I'm like, okay.
I'm surprised none of you have Lil Wayne in your top.
That's who I was thinking about. Little Wayne. Thank you.
Like
I'm too
That's who I was
Lil
old.
gonna put
Wayne
as my
is 100% like he's top three for me.
I'm I'm too uncultured. I could definitely see top 10 for me.
no, I definitely have him in my top 5. I
The
know I don't listen to his music as much as compared to other people, but I know good music when I hear good music, and his music ages like fine wine.
100%.
That's why he's in my top 5.
Like
the biggest strike against Lil Wayne is not consistently good. Like
well, that's the thing. He experiments.
his biggest plus is influential and innovation for sure. Like top of the best, one of the most influential rappers
I
all
was
time.
thinking about
Not
when
even
you said
close.
like influential because I was thinking like if we want to talk about somebody who was like game changing influential, like we gotta mention Kid Cudi
Yeah.
because Kid Cudi, a lot of the rappers nowadays, like Kid Cudi influenced them.
True.
Like a lot of the big rappers.
Yeah,
I think he also struggles from consistently good, but
that is.
definitely
Well,
true.
I don't know. I listened to him a
The
lot.
album he released before that album in 2018, I forgot the name of it. Before the album he released before Passion, Pain, and Demon Slain.
Was it Indie
Um,
Cut?
Speeding bullet to
Oh,
heaven.
Speeding
No,
Bullet.
it's the
Oh, okay.
speeding bullet to heaven.
yeah. Oh my God,
Okay.
that
Okay.
I'm
Hear
so.
me
Like,
out.
I love Cudi, but no, that
Hear me
I did
out.
not fuck with the album.
Hear
I'm
me out.
sorry.
That album was not that bad. I know that's a hot take, but that album was not that bad. All right. I might be a Cuddy fan. I saw I'm a little biased.
Who's not a Cuddy fan?
I honestly, who can't? Who? I want to hear someone that's not a Cudi fan. I want to hear why they're not a Cudi fan. But because I fucking love that man. But besides that point, you can have that Trey. I can't. That's a hot take. That's all I'm gonna say about that. That's a hot take.
Listen,
Not
I'm
that
just
bad.
saying. Also, speaking of Kendrick, I was thinking. So, what do you guys think is next for Kendrick? Because he has 2 kids now.
Retirement.
Retirement? You don't think he's
Retirement.
gonna do any more music?
I mean, no, I don't think he'll put out another album. Honestly,
What?
I didn't think he would
No.
put out. I didn't think he would put out Mr.Morale. I thought it was. I thought he'd just do like the occasional feature type stuff, and then just.
You don't think
I mean, like,
the Kendrick and Baby King tape is about to come?
oh man, I sure hope so. I hope so.
That would be nice. I will say that, but I don't see that ever happening. But even besides that, there's no way this man retires.
Yeah, I don't
There's
think he's.
absolutely no way this man
I think he
retires.
has one more
He's
album under PG
I
Lang.
don't even think he has one more album. I feel like he still has albums that he is still going to drop more than just one. Only reason that I'm saying this is because he created a whole new label, PG Land, I believe. You can't make a whole new label with the name
True.
brand that he is and not drop an album or just drop one album.
That's true. You're
Well,
right
I
about
think he.
So he's
I think he did it as like a long term thing, in my opinion. I mean, I have no clue, but I think like it was like let me start my own thing, and then let me just be like a boss.
I mean, yeah, it could be that, but even bosses that own record labels, they still drop stuff. Like, look at Diddy. Diddy owned
Did he?
Bad Boy. He dropped some stuff. Jay-Z, he owned was it Rockefeller? Am I thinking about?
He did own it,
Yes.
but I think it's something else now.
Yeah, and it's Rock Nation, but that's not a record label anymore. I think that's like a marketing company, something like that. But Rockefeller, at least, he was still dropping albums, and he was the founder of that. Kanye got good music. He had to drop music. He had to drop albums under that label. So there's no way he creates a whole entire new label away from TDE
that's a
and
really
doesn't drop an album for it.
that's a really good point. I changed my I do not I actually do think Kendrick will put out another album after this because that's you don't make a label and then
Not do music.
like
And then,
if you're
and
the
then
biggest
don't drop
I mean
anything.
you're the biggest artist on the label, so if you want people to sign with you,
Uh huh.
you kind of have to keep making music.
Yeah, and that even leads into what I think about with artists. If you make music, you don't stop making music until you die. That's
Man,
how I feel like an
but
artist is, because an artist is a lifetime thing.
Andre barely puts out music.
But the only thing about Andre is he was never known as a solo artist. He was known for Outcast.
Well, I don't think Andre. I think he just got like tired of like the industry and just wanted to do his own thing.
But
That
he's
as
not
well.
doing
I mean,
anything.
he's still putting out verses here and there.
Rarely. Every time,
Rarely.
every like 1 or 2 a year. Every time, and they're always so good. So
Yeah.
it's not like he's like,
Listen, that
man,
verse on Blonde was some straight heat.
right? True.
Honestly, every like feature that he's been on, I've listened to literally every single one, and I liked every single one of those songs. I probably liked every single one of those songs on Spotify.
Andre's
That's
a
how
top
I feel.
10 for me,
I don't know
but
why I didn't put
but
Andre up there. I just thought about it.
not top 5 because I need more than just the Outcast albums. I need a little bit more.
Granted, Big Boy always dropping stuff, and he's underrated.
Yeah, I think he's
I can say
underrated
at
too.
least Big Boy's
For
underrated,
sure.
But
but
I don't think he's
that's
top
a
10.
whole discussion. Not no, he's not top 10 at all. But at least most under one of the more underrated rappers, he definitely fits that bill.
Yeah, I think
He
so too.
shouldn't be
Yeah.
underrated as he
That's
is.
true.
Definitely
That's true.
influential in his own way.
Hmm.
So, what do you guys have
Okay.
for album of the year, just in general? It could be any genre.
Oh wait, was that one of the things? Did I even?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I mean,
It's
just
and
what you been listening to.
I
Y'all go
just
first. Y'all go first then.
Trey go first.
Oh, okay.
I have so many albums that literally popped into my head at once. I
So,
can't pick one
my
right now.
number one, I know like probably everybody's expecting, Mr. Morale, but my number one this year is actually an album by a Spanish artist by the name of Rosalia, and
Oh yeah, you sent that to me. I
Yeah.
remember that. I remember that.
she has this album called Motomami, and Pharrell actually produced one of the tracks on there, which was pretty dope. And
Hmm.
I think she's fire, and she made this like this like TikTok performance of like a bunch of the songs on there, and she like
Hmm.
did this like scene where she like not sampled, but like she kind of did like the same exact scene from Kanye's Bound 2 video, and I just thought that was like pretty
Hmm.
cool. But yeah, that's definitely my album of the year so far. Um, now I listened to like a bunch this year too. Uh, but that one's one of my favorites so far. Earth Gang, that's one of my favorites. The Ghetto Gods album.
Hmm.
Was the Weekend album this year?
It was it. I believe it was. I can't even remember. It was so close to the thing. Let me check real quick. Um,
Obviously the Kendrick album, and then
yeah,
the Flume album.
it was this year.
Okay, so yeah, Weekend's album and
A Flume album.
yeah,
Wow.
Flume's album was
I
pretty
liked
good
it.
to me. Not my. I wouldn't call this my album of the year, but
Hmm.
the guy Nigo, um, his album I Know Nigo, pretty good. I wouldn't call it album of the year, but it was pretty good. And I listened to like a lot of other stuff
I
too here and there.
I listened to the Rosalia album. I didn't get through it all 'cause I don't speak
I
Spanish.
know, but
So
it's like it's
Yeah,
a
that's the
feeling.
only thing for me
makes
too.
it makes it hard. It makes it not inaccessible, but
I mean,
difficult
I don't speak Spanish
to
either, but like
appreciate it. You speak Spanish
no,
10 times better than I do.
like
I'm about to get ready to say, come on, you know you
I
talk
know some
Spanish.
basics, but I like if you just turned that on and were like, "Hey, translate this," I'd be like, I can't." But that album was just I don't know, it was just top
But I
tier.
did like. I have not listened to enough music this year.
Which is weird
Honestly,
because
I've been listening to way too
I
many
know when we
podcasts, and then the music I have been listening to is mostly country music. And there is no country album that has come out this year that has even been remotely an album of the year contender. Country music is like rare that it actually. Usually, there's like one or two good songs, and the rest are like
Just like filler, yeah.
well, I
unlistenable.
guess you don't drive anymore because I remember you used to always tell me about albums to listen to.
Yeah, but I just been listening to too many podcasts. So I would say the Kendrick album because I'm looking at my playlist right now and there's like 7 songs and that's a pretty that's a
Yeah.
pretty it's a pretty good metric of there's some good songs on this album.
Did you have an album of the year contender, Wale?
Oh God, I don't. I actually don't have one because I still have so many albums that popped up into my head that can contend for album of the year. The one I will say at least the one album that surprised me the most is the Denzel Curry album.
You know,
The Denzel Curry album is the most underrated album that been released. I've been trying to get all of my friends to listen to this album. This album is
Oh,
good.
I
I'm
remember
gonna be
listening to that.
honest.
I,
I listened to it twice, and I thought it was just okay. Like definitely better than the previous album. What was it? Zoo, I think.
What?
Yeah. So
What?
wait,
No, I like Zoo a lot.
Zoo is
Zoo
good.
was okay.
Zoo was good. This album,
Oh wait,
this
Wale,
album.
your mic is like weird for me right now.
No, I really liked Zoo.
You like Zoo? I mean, I liked it. I
Yeah.
just didn't think. I don't know. I mean, like I like this album.
But I did like the Zoo, but I'm in agreement with you that but there was a few songs on it that I loved.
What off of the new album or Zoo?
Off of the new album. I really liked Walking. That song. I have listened to that song so many times.
Maybe I'll listen to it again.
I mean, I didn't know. My opinion's similar to yours though.
Cause like I don't know, I listened to it. I mean, I like it. It's definitely. I think he like went like a different direction for this one.
Do I sound better for you now?
Yes, yes, a lot better.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. So the reason I said that this album is underrated is just because I don't hear people talking about it like they should be.
True. That's true.
Is it like an album of the year? Oh no, of course not. There's been albums that I would consider better. The Kendrick album is one of them. The Pusha T album
Oh,
definitely
Pusha
should be
T.
one of them.
Oh wow, I didn't listen
I
to it.
listened to it.
Yeah, Pusha T.
That's a shame.
It's almost dry. Oh man, I
I'm gonna be
fucking
honest. Like
love
I
that
heard
album.
I heard the singles that came out ahead of time, but I never actually listened to the album.
I like Pusha
That
T,
album is
but
really good.
like I know what I'm gonna get from Pusha, so it's never like really like I don't know. I'm never really excited for Pusha, but I like his
I
music though.
I'm, I'm I understand where
Um,
you're coming from with Pusha T, because you know he's gonna have that gangster rap. You know he's gonna talk
Them coke
about
bars.
selling. Yeah, that coke. You know you're gonna have some coke bars like every other line. But even with the formula that he's gonna have, for me at least, it still has me coming back to say, oh, how is he gonna flip this around? Especially because of how he raps. You don't hear anybody rap like he does.
he's got clever bars. I like them.
Yeah,
His
that's
He
true.
always makes
is
you laugh.
is absolutely crazy how clever he is with his bars, how he raps, and how he sets up a song. Like one song I can say that I still learn about stuff to this day with the one song he had with Kendrick Lamar on "My Name Is My Name," Nostalgia.
Oh, true.
That
Yeah.
song, if you sit down and look at it for even 12 hours straight, you will still not see all of the enchanters that they put into this song. I listened to that song like probably a few months ago, and I was still finding stuff about that song. That song was released in 2012,
Also,
and that's why it's like Pusha T is very underrated, and his album is really good.
another good album this
I will.
year.
I straight up have not listened to it, so I definitely will.
Oh, what Pusha T?
Yeah.
Another good album you should listen to is IDK's Simple. That was a really good album. Also has a Denzel Curry feature.
Man, I have mixed feeling. I really like
Is that
IDK, but I also
is
have
that the one
mixed
with the yellow
feelings.
cover?
I haven't listened to that one either.
No, it has a red cover. It's kind of like
Oh, that one was just released, wasn't it?
yeah, it was I think earlier this year, around March I think.
I like IDK, but he's also so dorky. I don't know how to describe
I'm not
him,
gonna
but-
lie, this album pretty good. This last album,
Okay. I have not listened to it either, which is a shame because I've listened to every other IDK album. I'm gonna
looks-
get caught up.
I think I listened to the album, but I don't remember listening to the album because I have
Oh, that's not a good
breathed
sign.
like on. I have breathed like from the song. Well, breathed like from the album,
because
but I don't have anything else with
the
other
album
ones.
he put out last year, it was alright, and I wasn't mad. I wasn't mad with it, but it was just alright. But then like this album, pretty fire.
Yeah, I felt the same way about You See for Yourself. I was like,
Yeah,
a few good songs, but
Yeah.
I don't know. I do like IDK. I really like his was that his debut album?
Oh, is he real?
I was very bad.
Oh yeah, yeah. I think that
I
was.
love every single song on that album.
Uh, that
I
was it.
think my first.
It was
I
in
think
20,
that was his
it
very
was in
first one.
it was in 2017. No, I guess he had whatever.
He had
I
a few
haven't
more
listened to Empty
before,
Bank.
but
That was my introduction to him, and
I think that was
Empty Bank.
most people's introductions to IDK. I was very
my
bad
introduction
because
was
That,
that was my introduction to him.
Is He Real? And I thought that was phenomenal.
I love that album so much. I love that, especially December, because I did not expect Burner Boy to be on that
Yeah.
song, but I love that album.
Yeah, I thought the albums like it was just like a whole nother level for me.
Mhm.
But yeah, that's pretty good. um oh, well I guess we talked about it about Kanye. Uh
Mhm.
do you guys think he's like still, at the top of his game, or is he getting
oh
worse?
yeah, nah, top three for me for
Top
sure.
3? Okay, I figured.
I
I,
don't
I
know.
like Kendrick more for consistency, but yeah, I mean, look at this discography. I
I
mean, like, come
mean,
on.
That's the only thing. I don't know how to feel about Kanye because my God, that man is an actual musical genius. That's the one thing I can't knock him for. May he do some stupid shit in real life? Oh hell yes. But that discography from College Dropout to now,
I
I
College
see
Dropout
mean,
came out
absolutely,
in
I see
two.
no flaws in any of those albums that he dropped. I don't
College
see
Dropout
any
came
like
in
duds.
2004. I was
I wouldn't.
18 years ago.
I mean, I would say I would almost agree with you, but Ye wasn't all that good to me.
I love Ye. I
Ye
love
was
every single song on
wonderful.
Ye.
Ye was wonderful. Would I say that that's if we had to grade his discography, would that be on the lower end? Probably, but I still don't think that it's a dud.
Ye and Jesus King
I
are
still don't think it's a
my
bad
two
album.
bottom, even though they have really good songs on them, but they're just I don't know. I'll put them at the bottom of the list.
Jay, what was the other album you said that was at the bottom of the list?
Jesus is King.
Okay, I understand that one. Those would probably be the two that I can see a lot of people that will put at the bottom.
I used to give a lot of hate to Yeezus, but that's actually I would put Yeezus in top 3 actually.
Yeezus aged
Even
well.
if you don't like Jesus that much, it's so influential.
It's just so
Like,
good. It's just everything is just good.
no, Kanye is an easy top three for me.
Yeah, I have him
There's,
top one.
oh my god,
I have him top one because there's no flaws in any of the albums he dropped. There's genuinely no flaws in any of the albums he dropped.
Spaceships?
Even Jesus is King.
I have many songs on Jesus is King. I really like.
I have. Let me see how many songs I have like from that album. I have out of the 11 songs, I have 7 songs liked.
That's an insane percentage. That's a lot.
That's and that goes to show why I have him number one. Even the album I think that is probably the lowest, um, like the lowest like type of album that he released, I still have majority of the songs liked. I still listen to the majority of the songs
I
still.
usually don't put
That's what's like.
like older songs like that am I liked, playlist just cuz like when I listen to it,
Older song?
yeah, like
That was like 2 years ago,
well, no, I mean like college
right?
dropout stuff like
I'm
that.
like, oh,
Just cuz like I don't want to burn myself out from Kanye. So when I go on my Kanye binge, they all be like fresh.
Right.
If any song from College Dropout was to just play just randomly, I will still bump it. I can't get tired of it because not all the one thing Kanye always has over everybody else is his fucking production.
Yeah, I agree.
His
Well, I
production
mean, he
is
was a
never.
producer
I
at the
can't
start.
see anybody else. Exactly, and even the stuff that he was producing is fucking wonderful. I believe didn't he produce Renegade for Jay Z?
I don't know, but
I believe he's Renegade, and along with a lot of other songs that. a lot of people don't even know about. But that's besides the
Yeah, a
point.
lot of like.
Well,
Him being
we were talking about Pusha T, and he did what's it called,
Oh
Daytona.
yeah, true.
We were talking
yeah,
about
he
Kid
did that
Cudi.
too.
We were talking about Kid Cudi, and he did Kid See Ghost.
I mean, they
So
did that
like,
together.
Yeah, it was a
I'm
joint
saying
album. That was a good ass joint album. Better than Watch the Throne was good, but it ain't better than Kid See Ghost.
uh,
no.
I mean, come on now.
For me. For me, it's
Come
close.
on
It's
now.
close.
I
Don't get me wrong.
Otis?
I,
But
I
look,
am
Otis is
biased.
good.
I am biased towards short. I love a short album. The 7 song albums I love. I am like a
Watch the.
people describe like the iPad kids, the kids that are like 5 years old and they put iPad in front of them so they have zero
Uh-huh.
attention span. That's me. That's me. So I love a short
What's your
album.
top? What's y'all's top three Kanye albums?
I
Oh,
love Graduation's my favorite.
easy. My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy. That's number one. That's my favorite album of all time. 808 and Heartbreaks and Late Registration. Those are my top three.
Sheesh, you didn't even put a college dropout in there.
College Dropout is actually four.
I think I would have to
So
go.
I'm gonna
Go.
go ahead. Go ahead. No, you go.
I mean, I if I had to pick, I would go Dark Fantasy, 808s, and it's between College Dropout and Yeezus. I think I'm gonna go College Dropout
Okay. I am like uncultured.
though.
I only really started to listen to music like maybe 5 years ago. So
Mhm.
anything that's older from Kanye specifically, I don't have the same like I grew up with it. I was listening through all
Yeah.
through middle school and I have like all the nostalgia for it.
Mhm.
So like on a person not from like quality, but just from like a personal preference, I like prefer his newer stuff just on like a preference.
Yeah, no
So
Yeah.
mine,
worries.
I would say graduation. I would say graduation, yay, and then honestly, probably Life of Pablo.
I mean, I can understand Life of Pablo.
Now we'll say
Ah,
My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy is very good, and I like it. Some of the songs go on for so long.
That's that production. That's what makes it so
I will
good.
that's
literally,
the
I
production,
could fall
though.
asleep. I'll be like, man, this
No,
beat is hard. I love it, and then it goes on
Literally, my
for
beautiful.
that.
so long.
Literally, Dark Fantasy is the
Yeah,
only Kanye album where I liked every single song. Like they're all in my
that's the
playlist.
same here. I even like the little 1 minute 20 second Who Will Survive in America at the
Me
end. I
too.
have every single one of those songs liked.
Alex, you should watch. You
But
should
It's
watch the
good.
short
It's
film.
good.
Have you seen
It's
the short
good.
film for that album?
No, I
You
did
should
not.
watch it.
No, I did not. It's a good
that
album.
will put it all together for you. Because
All
you'll
right.
see the concept that he had for the album if you watch that short film.
Okay.
But
Fair
even
enough.
besides the point,
It's like the Fantano TikTok audio where he's like, "That's enough slices." Like where it's like,
I mean, I get what you're
it's
saying.
good,
I get what you're saying.
man.
Like, especially like when I first heard what's it called? Yes,
Runaway,
when I first heard Runaway
I know
and
it.
like it got to the end, I was like what is this? But then like watching his like the first time he performed it, like it just makes so much sense. And it just sounds so good. Like watching the MTV performance when he first performed it and then listening to the studio version at the end of Runaway. It's just like I don't know, bro. It's just so good.
It is. It is. Do not get me wrong. It definitely is. But like, look at chat and ignore all the liked symbols. Look how long these songs are.
I mean,
Look,
That's so
yeah,
long.
no, but that's what makes it so
yeah,
good,
that's what
though.
makes it so good.
But the one song I can bring up that's a perfect example of this is "Devil in a New Dress." You have Kanye spitting his verses and his chorus,
And
but then you have the
the
guitar
guitar
solo.
solo on the
That
bridge,
guitar solo, oh my
even before
god!
the guitar
I
solo, the
I
piano,
had that as a ringtone.
Bro, that bridge is like one of the
Oh,
craziest bridges of all time.
that goodness, that guitar solo made me love instrumentals.
Even
I am not
just like Rick Ross coming in after the instrumental. Come on, man. Looking at my bitch, I
and
bet
then
she
he
getting
had
your ass a bone. Woof. Looking at my wrist, it'll turn your
and
ass
the,
to stone.
especially with that guitar solo that was put in the very middle of it, and then Rick Ross coming after. What Rick Ross was talking about was very similar to what Kanye was talking about, but it was from a whole different perspective. And that's with a lot of things from this album. Most of the features on this album, they will talk about the same topic, but it will come from very different perspectives. There are very few albums where you will have an album where the features will come on and they would actually be speaking about what the song is supposed to be about.
I can think of one by Kanye that fits that.
What
Ye versus the People with Ti.
on what
What
album?
Greatest
exactly?
feature.
Now that was
No,
a
the
single.
single where
That was
Ti spoke he spoke it from a different perspective.
I had to listen to it.
and that was when that was when
Yeah,
Kanye
you
was
gotta listen to that.
that was when Kanye was doing the stuff with Trump, and he was trying to
Oh.
say all that stuff. So you know what sides they're taking when you hear that. But that's besides the point. He released at the same time he released the Poop the Scoop.
Oh my
Yeah,
god.
yeah.
That was so funny when I heard that.
I just want to add that was I was so sad they had that beef.
The beat is
That
so
song,
good.
that song, that oh my god, that instrumental could have been used so fucking wonderfully.
I mean, it's not too
But all
late.
because of beef, he pooped the shit out of it.
It's not too late. That's true.
It's not too late, but it ain't
I've
gonna be the same
Wait,
because we heard
did
it
he
before.
didn't he steal it from Drake or something?
No, he
So
was
it might
supposed to
actually
give
be
it to
too late.
Trey.
Yeah. So I doubt he'd ever, make
I
something
see
on it.
no way he's gonna give it to him now.
No.
There's no possible way.
All right. Well, let's wrap this up. Before we get out of here, I had a question for you guys because I was I'm just gonna ask y'all, then I'll tell my story. But Target or Walmart?
Mhm.
What you taking?
Oh. I actually worked for Target for like 4 years.
So you biased?
No, well, okay, but am I biased for Target or against
For.
Target? Oh, that's a bold assumption.
I'm asking this because I was in Walmart the other day, and it's just shitty. I don't know how to.
Oh yeah, I mean,
Oh, look,
yes,
I worked at
obviously
Walmart.
yes.
I worked at Walmart. It's the same in the front and the back. It is shitty as
Like, why
shit.
Walmart is like this multi-billion-dollar company? Why are they still using these old ass card machines that never work? Like, I don't understand. How hard is it to just go to tap, like the little tap things?
Oh yeah, they don't have tap. Yeah, that's a good
Yeah.
point.
You can't even use Apple Pay on
Yeah.
it. You can't use any
Yeah.
you can use Walmart Pay though. You can download their app and use Walmart Pay and you can pay for your groceries.
Bro,
But you can't use
Walmart.
you can't use Apple Pay or Google Pay,
Like,
anything
it's
like
just
that.
so
It
crazy to
still
me.
don't make no sense to
Okay.
me.
Okay. I will always choose to go to Walmart because I am poor. Obviously, it is worse in like every other way. But I am poor and it is much cheaper than Target.
I mean, true, but like, if I want to go to
Like
Walmart,
way
then I
cheaper.
need to bring cash, and I don't want to have to go get cash
Why do you have to bring
because the card
cash?
machines never
Walmart?
work.
What are you talking about?
The
Card
card
machine? What are you talking about?
machines.
Oh, the card machines. Oh, I don't know. My card
My
works.
card
Mine
never
was
worked.
perfect. What's wrong with
I
your
don't
card?
know.
Okay.
I don't know.
It's your
That's
card.
on you. That's
I
on
don't know.
Is it not insert correctly?
Nah, it works perfect. I just
But Target actually pays their employees a lot more. I worked there like a long time ago at this point, so but they actually pay their employees a pretty competitive. I think it's like I know their base minimum starting salary is 15 and then they do a lot more per hour. So that's nice, I guess, but I don't work for
well, at
Target
least in
anymore, so
Georgia.
I don't care. Walmart, well, yeah, at least in Georgia. But no, I mean that's their national base starting
Well, I
thing
went to Target here,
is 50 an
and it
hour.
was
And I'm in
18.50.
California. I'm sure it's way more. Yeah, I'm sure it's got to
Yeah.
be way more.
It's a lot more. They actually
Right.
pays a decent amount at Target compared to Walmart. I can guarantee you that 100%.
All that being said, I don't work for Target or Walmart. Walmart's cheaper. I'm gonna go there.
And I was just thinking as well, like I've heard so many horror stories about Walmart, like specifically like the food in the back room. And like the only horror stories I heard about Target was just like shitty managers.
Right. Yeah. I mean, the Target pays more because they're hiring like better employees. Where Walmart, I just watched a TikTok that was like, I just got fired from Walmart, so I applied again at the same Walmart and got hired.
Yeah, I remember the TikTok and versus like Walmart wars where people were like stealing carts.
Yeah.
Right.
That's so funny. Oh,
Yeah, I mean that's why. I mean, they don't pay you anything, so they will hire anybody.
Yeah.
well,
The one thing I would say, at least at Target and Walmart debacle, I'm going Walmart just because Target. As look, I worked at Walmart. I know what happens in the back. I'm not going to speak about the back. However, everything else besides the food that they're making in the back, I am perfectly fine with. I don't care too much about the people that work there because I don't have to interact with them when I'm shopping. I get my
Right.
stuff and I go to the front and I check out where my card actually works. I still don't know what the hell is going on.
I don't know
I think
either.
that's your card. You gotta fix your card.
Have you considered putting money on your card, Cortez?
oh my god, I'm done with Walmart. Target for life, baby. Target for life. Listen, I flew past Walmart to land right on Target. That's all I'm gonna say about that.
It's just I mean it's way more expensive.
It's not that more
That's the only thing
expensive.
about Target.
Oh.
Uh, you can have that.
All right. Well, this is
Wait, didn't you have two surprise
I
topics?
did, but the other one's kind of just it's it's like kind of sad. Well, I was just gonna ask
Save it for
about
next time.
like the recent mass shooting, but I'm tired of talking about mass shootings.
Oh damn. Okay, yeah. Maybe save it for next time. On this podcast, on this podcast, we talk about rap goats and international warfare and interpolitical
On this podcast, we talk about anything.
civil rights.
Yeah, whatever comes to our mind, we talk about it.
Well, thanks for joining me. Y'all got any plugs? Y'all want to plug yourselves?
No, unless plugging my like cash app is an option or something.
Go ahead. $sign
No, I'm not gonna do
Alex
that.
B.
No, I have no plugs.
Wale, you got some plugs?
I don't have any plugs, but I want to shout out to I want to shout out to Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving for requesting a trade that they shouldn't have requested in the first place. That's my shout out.
Well, I'm gonna plug my stuff. Trey Wulong. I guess that's where they'll see this podcast. Maybe I don't know, but yeah, this is great. Thanks for guys. I appreciate it.
No problem.
Hell yeah. Deuces.
Deuces.